moving on that trail of optimism and positive feelings, do you remember the best compliment you've ever received?
Okay, I received a letter from a reader. She back then she was a very young reader. I think she was 16 or 17, and it was about my first novel. My first novel was technically the weakest thing that I ever wrote because it was a first experience. It had a lot of technical problems. It wasn't coherent enough. It had a lot of flaws, and I knew that it had all the flaws of the first novel, like anyone else. But it was good enough to be published. I didn't put so much expectations on it, but I was happy that I could let it out, and it was my first step on the writing career. So I was proud of it. I'm still proud of it. I like it a lot. But I received a letter from a girl, very young girl, and I remember that the guy the protagonist in Hiya Doha, in Her and Doha, the first novel, his name was Hassan. So that girl, she wrote me a letter and she said, do you remember this line that you wrote in the novel that you were keeping the speed dial of 6 to Hassan? That was when there were speed dials. It was a really long time ago. And she said, and the guy that I love, I always put him on 6 because it reminds me, because how I feel towards him is exactly how Doha felt to Hassan. So it's like, oh my
Aww.
God, really? Seriously, is that a thing? Is that something that people could actually get? I mean, she felt the same thing. That's the best thing that I can ever feel, like in someone that's young and that genuine, and she's very pure. She doesn't have any agendas. She doesn't read it to come out with something from it. And she felt this kind of passion and this kind of feeling towards from two fictional characters, completely fictional characters, and she attributed this to the guy that she loves, and she, to the extent that she put the speed dial of the guy that she loves, she put it on the same speed dial. So that was something that's very interesting, and it was a really good compliment from the girl. And she also said that she always kept Doha on the top shelf of her books, and that it was one of her favorites.